This week, I revisited the design for Eep and Doodle. The original design, the stroke on it just seemed a little clunky to me, so I came up with same shapes, but a cleaner stroke, and how I'm tying that in with the testing that I'm doing. Let's take a look. So among the other things I did this week, I did revisit the design I had for Eep and Doodle. The strokes I had on it, my original idea was to have more of a sketch look or a little more free-flowing, but as I was testing, it wasn't coming off very smooth. So I took a design that I'm using for my test animations, which I'll show you in a little while, along with kind of the style I did for my Crazy Kudu logo. It's more of a crow quill kind of a look, like a free-flowing ink. It's a lot more simple, and hopefully it's going to allow me to do a little bit smoother animations. But before I get into that, one of the things I did this week is I downloaded the beta version of Adobe Illustrator, and I tested out the turntable feature. Let me show you what I did here. I took a caricature of my head that I was testing with Adobe Character Animate, and I used the turntable feature. This honestly is an amazing feature. Instead of having to rotate and come up with different views of the head for a character sheet, seriously, one click of a button and it came up with a full head rotation, a top view, and a bottom view of it. Let me show you a little video of the original test I did with it. This simple design was really conducive to this project. One of the things that this is going to be extremely helpful with is part of coming up with characters is doing a character sheet. You want to have angles front, back, left, right, kind of a top angle, a bottom angle, get all different viewpoints of your character. Using this turntable feature in the beta release simplifies that process. Like I said, on the head, as you can see in this video, it worked extremely well. I decided I wanted to go ahead and try this same process with the models for Eep and Doodle. With the more of the sketch stroke I had on it, I didn't think it was going to work very well, which led me to actually redo strokes of Eep and Doodle. Let me walk you through the process of what I did here. You're going to see the video. This is a similar concept of what I used to create the Crazy Kudu logo. I came up with a clean line art design of it. I expanded the stroke into shapes and then used the simplified path feature, which with the curves and everything on the path kind of gives you a little wider, a little thinner, and honestly it comes out, the best way I could describe it is if you were drawing with a quill pen and you had some little more ink or less ink coming down on it. It's a style that I really liked for the logo, and I thought it would work well for this. Watch as I'm going through this process. After I redid the strokes on Eep and Doodle, I went ahead and did the same process with the Adobe Beta's, the Illustrator's turntable feature. The Doodle version came out a little bit cleaner, I think just because of the round head on it. There are some glitches in it that you can see. The Eep was a little bit different with the pointier chin. I think the turntable feature got a little confused on it. It clearly got confused with the tail. There's going to need to be some cleanup on it, but as a whole, the ability to take and create a 360-degree turn of your character and then actually save all the different angles to the desktop or to the workboard, which then will allow me to go in and clean those up a little bit, is a fantastic feature. It is not perfect, but it's going to be a huge time save when I actually go to use the character sheet. I had a lot of fun with this. I highly recommend, if you have Adobe Illustrator, go ahead and download the beta and give it a try. It is not perfect, but it is amazing how well it actually worked. I think this is going to actually save a lot of time down the road with my basic animations. I do know when I start to work with Character Animator again, this is going to be a huge help with the facial tracking. Instead of just doing face-ons, you can do side angles, up, down, left, and right to the head. And this is going to streamline that process with characters immensely. I didn't just play with Adobe Illustrator this week. This same simple character that I used to do some jumping tests last week, I worked at doing a short animation this week. I went into Krita and did some very simple sketch of two boxes, and I had my simple character jump from the ground to the top of the box, down and up and over again, and effectively trip and fall over. My main idea with this is just, again, getting muscle memory using the software, working out timing. It definitely is not perfect. I think I've made some improvements on it. I will be sharing that here so you can see it, but here, forgot to hit record while I was going through the entire animation process. By the time I realized that I was actually done, I was just checking through the onion skins. I have a little clip here of that. You can see me filing through that. For your enjoyment, here's the finished product. So please enjoy. So for any of you guys out there that are using vector programs, I'd love to hear what time-saving features you guys are using. Please share those in the comments down below. As always, please like, subscribe. It really does help. I appreciate you sharing this time with me. See you next week.